Hello, folks. I hope you are doing well. Today, we're going to continue looking at some spooky tunes with a classic, The Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said... All right, so we'll review the chords in this song pretty quickly. They should be pretty familiar to you. We've got the G chord, E minor. Now I'm playing this maybe a little bit differently than you would play it, but it might be helpful in this particular song, as well as others. We've got an A minor, a D, and we're also going to have a C in the mix. Now, the reason I like using my pinky here, going from this G to the E minor, it's because it's a lot less work. I can lift up my pointer finger, I can get ready for the next chord, I can use my pointer finger for that A minor that's coming up, get into position here, and transition. Basically, going from this to this is a little extra work, right? So I can just use my pinky, save a little bit of time. So maybe there's another song where that will be helpful to you. And once we're comfortable with the chords that we're going to be using, we can start thinking about a strumming pattern. I like to think of the drums in this song. We've got that kind of 50s surfy kind of drum beat, the boom, ch, boom, ch. So I can kind of mirror that a little bit with my strumming, right? I could do like... down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Now, that's pretty close to the island strum, the down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, which is also going to work very, very well in this song. I might slip in and out of different strumming patterns as I go, which isn't a bad thing in a song like this, where the chords are pretty much the same thing throughout the entire song, you know, it's when a song is repetitive like that, it can be fun to mix things up with the music. Obviously, the lyrics are telling a story, so that's kind of driving us along. We want to know what happens next, but we can keep things interesting by changing things up with how we play these chords, even though the chords themselves don't change. One of the other fun things about this song is if you are a person who is maybe nervous to sing, you know, in front of folks, then this is a fun one because you can just kind of like play up a voice. It's not really singing. You're kind of narrating, and you can spook it up as much as you'd like. Basic structure for those chords: we are going the verses. We are going G, E minor, A minor, and D, like we looked at the beginning. And then the choruses swap the A minor for a C. So the choruses go G, E minor, C, D, G, E minor, C, D. The A minor and C functionally work the same, so you could stick with one or the other throughout the entire song, and it's going to be just fine. It's gonna work. It's going to blend with other people who are maybe changing the chords. It'll all work. There's one place where the chords change up a little bit. That's after the second chorus. We have the zombies are having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. So there we're just bouncing back and forth between a C chord and a D chord. That's also a fun place to throw in some like little chromatic transitions if you wanna mess around with it. So you could throw in a C sharp before you get to the D. It'll sound like this. So I'm playing the D now like this. I'm covering up the A string. And I am using my pinky to play the C, so I can just maintain that shape for the C, C sharp, and D. And that C sharp is just like some passing notes, passing chord to get us from C to D in kind of an interesting way. It'll usually work okay if you quickly fill in the space between these chords. If we're going from C to D, we can throw in that chord that comes in between, and it just gives it a little different flavor. Fun stuff. 1, 2, 3. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to catch a jolt from my electrodes. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rockin', all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They played the mash. They played the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? It's now the mash. It's now the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drax a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can monster mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can monster mash. Well, I hope you enjoyed mashing with me. Play along with the record and practice your most out there Boris voice that you can come up with. It's a fun tune, and a lot of people know how to play it, I'm sure. So if you end up going to a safely distanced Halloween party, this could be a really fun one to play. That's all for this week, folks. Again, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and taking care of yourself out there. And I will talk to y'all next week. Until then, bye.